And now it's time for Action News at 11.
Hi, I'm Guy Chillington.
And I'm Susan Cornerstone.
And this is Action News at 11. Tragedy has officially been avoided, considering the fact that it is officially January 1st, 2000, and no computers have gone haywire.
Right you are, Guy. The Y2K scare is officially over. With the scare gone, we can finally enjoy the new millennium, making a huge milestone in history.
Yay!
Continuing on with the news is Nancy Rodriguez with an update on the election. How are you doing, Nancy?
I'm doing fine, Susan, but the dispute over the election between George W. Bush and Al Gore continues, as new evidence suggests some of the ballots from Florida have been miscounted due to a faulty ballot system.
Ooh, sounds unfortunate, Nancy, but thanks for the update. In other news, oil prices continue to skyrocket, and more people are finding it difficult to afford such necessities as gas.
Speaking of financial crises, let's go to Cassidy Klein for some statistics on the current cost of living in 2000.
Thanks, Susie. The average cost of a new house in 2000 is $134,150. A gallon of gas costs $1.26, and the U.S. postage stamp costs 33 cents. We'll be keeping a close eye on these prices for the years to come.
In other news, the state of Vermont legalized civil unions for same-sex couples. The use of mobile phones continues to grow as mobile phones move from the perceived yuppie device into an essential consumer product.
Hello? No, I can't talk now. No, I can't talk now. I gotta...
Anyways, the lifespan in the U.S. is now 77.5 years old.
Hillary Clinton is elected to the U.S. Senate representing New York, the first former lady to be elected to public office.
In other news, on October 12, 2000, the incident that sparked the infamous War on Terror occurred when the USS Cole, a Navy destroyer, was attacked by al-Qaeda in the Yemeni port of Aden. 17 American sailors were killed, 39 were injured.
Who let the dogs out? 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 When the body was nice to
Later on in the decade, George W. Bush is sworn in as the 43rd President of the United States.
This just in. Tragedy has just stricken New York City as 2 planes have crashed into the World Trade Center.
It's been a year, Daddy. I really miss you. Mommy says you're safe now. In a beautiful place called heaven.
Oh, thinking about our younger years.
We have your favorite dinner tonight.
It was only you and me.
I ate it all
We were
up,
young and wild and free.
even though I don't like carrots.
Now nothing can take you away from me.
I learned how to swim this summer.
We've been down that road before.
I can even open my eyes
That's over now.
when I'm underwater.
You keep me coming back for more.
Can't you see me?
Baby, you're all that I want. And you're lying here in my arms. Finding it hard to believe we're in heaven.
I started kindergarten this year.
Love is all that I know.
In other news, Bush creates the Department of Homeland Security to fight threats of terrorism. The Winter Olympics are held in Salt Lake City, Utah, and the Mars Odyssey finds signs of water on Mars. In 2003, the United States invades Iraq due to an imminent threat from weapons of mass destruction. Armed undercover sky marshals are used on aircraft to prevent terrorist attacks following 9/11. Saddam Hussein is captured by the U.S. forces and later executed. And the space shuttle Columbia disintegrates over Texas upon re-entry. All 7 astronauts on board are killed. The CIA admits that there was no imminent threat from weapons of mass destruction before the 2003 invasion of Iraq. Condoleezza Rice is nominated for Secretary of State. She is the first African-American woman for this position. First same-sex marriage is performed in Massachusetts. And last but not least, the strongest earthquake in 40 years originates from the Indian Ocean close to Indonesia, measuring a 9.3 on the Richter scale, creating a tsunami waves that sweep across much of the coastlines of Sri Lanka, India, Bangladesh, the Maldives, Burma, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. At least 290,000 people are confirmed to have died from South Asia to as far as South Africa.
I'm out here in Louisiana, and I'm feeling the effects of Hurricane Katrina. It's pouring out here, and it's absolutely terrible conditions. The wind is blowing really fast, and it's just pouring. I'm absolutely getting soaked. It's so bad out. Levees are breaking, and dams are just going all over the place. Water is getting everywhere. It's so bad out. And I've heard Alabama and Mississippi are just as bad. It's terrible out here. Back to you in the studio.
New Orleans, Louisiana were just breached by a surge, ultimately flooding roughly 80% of New Orleans, and about 1,600 perished during Hurricane Katrina. Oil prices rise sharply throughout the year, caused by the trouble in the Middle East and later because of Hurricane Katrina. George Bush started his second term as the 43rd President of the United States. Pope John Paul II dies. Over 40 million people travel to the Vatican to mourn him. Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger has been elected the new Pope, and he has taken the name Pope Benedict XVI. Also, Michael Jackson was found not guilty on charges of child molestation. Microsoft released Xbox 360 gaming console in North America. Google just purchased YouTube for $1.65 billion in stock. And Pluto was just downgraded from a planet to a dwarf planet by the International Astronomical Union.
Can't see it.
Let me kill it. The date is April 16th, 2007.
Guys, did you hear what happened?
No, what?
There was a shooting at Virginia Tech today.
What?
This gunman came into a classroom full of students and he killed 30 people.
What?
Yeah, but apparently all the college campuses have this new thing where they can text alerts to students to let them know that a gunman is on the loose or something crazy is happening at their school.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's going to save a lot of lives.
Thank God for technology.
On June 25th, 2009, famous pop singer Michael Jackson passed away at his home in California. A shockwave has gone through the world as people remember his amazing works and musical talents that he contributed to the music we all know and love today.
It is May 1st, 2011, and Osama bin Laden, the terrorist responsible for 9/11, has just been killed by the United States Navy SEALs, Team 6. This is a historic day in America.
Thank you.